KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, serving Guam for 80 years. Matson and the Adai Itano program. All new 2018 Kona by Hyundai, available at Cars Plus. IP&E Fueling Excellence, McDonald's of Guam, I'm Loving It, and King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dedito. Always open, always local.
The very latest on Typhoon Man-khut from the National Weather Service. Carmen Terlahi will have the story. Plus, we'll have an update on the weather conditions in the CNMI. And 5 of the 7 northern shelters reach full capacity. Nick Delgado will have the live report. Off day and good evening. A typhoon warning remains in effect for Guam and the Marianas. We are in condition of readiness 1. The brunt of the storm now passing our area. Our Carmen Terlahi will be chasing Man-khut from where the source of the information is coming out of. We lead off our team coverage from the National Weather Service.
Hafide, Carmen Victoria Terlahi here live from the National Weather Service, where we have the latest on Typhoon Man-khut that is here now, but also, again, has affected our family and friends in the tiny island of Rota the most. So joining us is Ken. Hi, Ken.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. And so tell our viewers back home, we just saw Rota smack dead center in the eye of the storm.
Yes, the eye of the storm is currently over Rota. They're getting ready here within the next 30 minutes. They'll be hitting the backside of the eye wall, which is going to be their second time of getting hit by the worst winds in the storm.
And can you tell us how high those winds are?
Right now, we're estimating them at around 100 miles per hour, possibly stronger. But it's really no way of knowing unless we're there. And no one's reporting there right now, so it's really difficult to know exactly what they're doing.
Right, so we are just playing the waiting game. Now, what does this mean for our friends who, again, we are also live in the CNMI, so what does this mean for Saipan and the CNMI?
Saipan and CNMI have seen the worst of it as far as what they're going to get. They're still going to see some rains overnight. The winds are not going to end immediately, but the storm is now getting farther away from those locations. But they're going to gradually decrease on their winds overnight. So they're still not out of it. They're still looking at tropical storm force winds at least through tomorrow morning.
Nice. And also, again, many of our viewers back home are wondering what this means for Guam. Hopefully you are secure in your home. And so tell us, what does this mean for Guam?
Pretty much the same thing. We're going to be getting the winds throughout the night. We are getting the worst rainfall here on Guam, so there is a lot of flooding. Streets flooding, and areas like Maurizo are getting heaviest rains and heavier flooding due to the way things are set up on the river there. So be careful. Don't go out unless you have to. Stay in your shelters. Don't leave until you get the all clear.
Right. Again, that is the best advice from NWS. Do not leave your home until you get the all clear from officials. As you can see, we will be posted here all night. Stay tuned to KUAM for more.
Thanks. Carmen reporting live from the National Weather Service in Tidzin. Now, our friends in the CNMI are taking the brunt of the storm, as you just heard. According to the CNMI's Office of the Governor, as of late this afternoon, readings recorded at the Saipan International Airport were reporting 45 to 50 mile per hour sustained winds with gusts as high as 65 to 80 miles per hour. The same wind speeds were recorded on the island of Tinian. Both Saipan and Tinian are currently experiencing Typhoon Man-khut's closest point of approach and should continue to expect weather conditions to worsen for another 2 hours. Meanwhile, check out this viewer-submitted video of weather conditions in Rota. Rota, as you just heard, is currently experiencing eye passage. As a strong word of precaution, residents of Rota should remain indoors even after the passage of the eye, as bad weather conditions may appear to have subsided, but only to experience even worse conditions as the storm moves away from the northern Mariana Islands. Also, more viewer video, this time in Saipan, where today they were forecast to experience 55 to 75 mile per hour winds with gusts up to 85 miles per hour. Now, like all of us here in Guam, we are in for a long night, as well as Saipan and Tinian, where they expect to see damaging winds through Tuesday afternoon. And now, back to Guam and to the Joint Information Center in Agana Heights. For the latest, we go to Crystal Paco.
Hafide and Crystal Parker reporting from the Office of Homeland Security in Agana Heights. I have with me OCD's Jenna Gamini-Blas as well as Josh Tekenko from the Guam Visitors Bureau, who have updates that are very important for you to know. You know, Jenna, we're talking about power outages a little bit earlier.
Right, so obviously you can see that the weather is significantly increasing. We can expect a lot of these damaging winds to continue into as early as Tuesday morning. So you definitely do not want to be outdoors right now. You do not want to be traveling along the roads. We can still anticipate a lot of these damaging and destructive winds up to about 59 miles per hour or more between right now and all the way until 10 p.m. And then we can also expect typhoon force winds all the way between 6 to 8 p.m. And we still anticipate the closest point of approach at 7 p.m. So obviously it's affecting a lot of the power across the island. We're receiving multiple reports from the northern areas all the way through the south that people are experiencing power outages. The Guam Power Authority will continue to operate and assess those locations. But again, they will not be able to go out there when it's unsafe for them to do so. So if you would like to report any power outages, contact the Guam Homeland Security 24/7 Watch Desk at 475-9600.
And you know, there was a rumor that the Guam Power Authority was going to shut off all island-wide power at 6 o'clock. That is false, right?
So that was a false rumor that was being circulated. Again, Guam Power Authority are continuing to resume their operations, but that is a false rumor that is spread around.
And Josh, I understand we have a big concern for our tourists in the island's tourism capital.
Yes, we've been receiving reports that GPD and our visitor safety officers, as well as our mayors, have been picking up tourists walking up towards Kmart to go shopping, and we highly discourage that. So we've been working with GHRA and GVB to make sure that our hotels are aware that you shouldn't have your visitors go outside in these conditions. We want everyone to be safe and enjoy our island, but not in these conditions. So please don't go out while we're having these conditions. As you see, like it's very windy right now.
And stay away from the water.
Yeah, stay away from the water, please, and the beaches. This is not the time to go out.
And flood advisory is also in effect, Jenna?
Yes, the National Weather Service has issued a flood advisory for Guam. Obviously, a lot of these winds and rains are going to pick up, so you definitely want to be remain indoors. Okay, so just remain indoors, shelter in place until the all clear is given.
And we're going to go back inside into this bunker here at the Office of Civil Defense. Back to you in studio.
Thanks, Crystal. We've also just learned that the Guam Power Authority, as of 5:15 p.m., began to secure it because it's just too dangerous for them to be working during these conditions. They are proceeding to shelters. Meanwhile, the government of Guam will remain closed tomorrow to include the Guam Department of Education, schools, and agencies. Now, although winds are expected to subside tomorrow morning, but at that point, recovery work, including road safety assessments, will be made. All residents are asked to please remain indoors until the all clear is given. Most of you used the weekend to secure your homes for today's typhoon. We make our way around the island, starting in the south with Nick Delgado.
Southern residents wasted no time looking for cover.
Our house is not the newest, so, just to be safe, or just, for the kids' safety, we don't know what to expect, so it's better that we aim for the, closest shelter and keep them safe.
Marisa resident Macy Kaneta is familiar with storm preps.
Well, it's kind of frustrating because, we live with my mom and she just straight panics, so we just have to pack everything. But
packing whatever they could grab to get their spot at the shelter in time.
I'm here for shelter in place, clothes, sleeping bags, food, because some of these stores are closed already. So yeah, prepared and all stuff.
13-year-old Samantha showed up to one of the southern shelters with her family.
A lot, my aunties, uncle.
The storm preps no doubt new for youngsters like her.
It's been a long time since there was a storm here, so yeah, I'm kind of scared.
Others showing up to shelters knowing their homes may not be strong enough to hold up.
Because I think our house is not strong enough to hold the storm, so we decided to come here.
I'm afraid if my house is broken for a typhoon. That's why I bring my kids and my mom here to save this.
In the central area, tourists were sheltering in place at their Tumon hotels. The hospital was busy buttoning up for patients and expectant mothers, but unlike the northern villages, there weren't nearly as many people seeking shelter. Nestor Lecanto reports.
We're here at the George Washington High School Gymnasium, which, as you can see, is fairly empty. There are only about 75 people here, and this has one of the largest capacities of any shelter on island with about 700. This is in contrast to Dededo, of course, which is overflowing, and they've had to open at least a couple of additional shelters. We're told by the coordinators here that there's only been a trickling of people that have been coming in, and that, in fact, a couple of families from Jigo traveled all the way here because the capacity at the shelters where they would normally go were already at full capacity. Lieutenant Governor Ray Tenorio was at GW while touring the shelters.
I think a lot of people took it seriously for good reason. It's always better to be over-prepared than under-prepared.
Young Manila resident Sani sought shelter at the gym with her family.
It's kind of hard, but kind of fun too, because we're living in here.
And you feel safe in here?
Yeah, because it's a big gym and it won't like crash or something.
The Lieutenant Governor says any relief efforts will be launched soon after the storm passes.
Of course, the assessment will be the first thing. The mayors, public safety officials. We have the FEMA representatives. We have Army Corps of Engineers and other federal agencies that are working. The military has been very, very helpful, and we've had a couple of different briefings over the last 3 days.
GMH also began early preparations. Chief Planner William Kondo says they activated their tropical cyclone response plan and stood up the hospital command center.
We actually had to secure the hospital and the skilled nursing facility, so we actually had to start very early because we had to get all of our utilities ready to go. We had to top off on our liquid oxygen, our fuel for the generators and the boilers, water, all of that. So we actually started very early when the first alerts just started coming out.
He says both GMH and GRMC were accepting expectant mothers, a routine precautionary measure for when air pressure drops during storms. Meanwhile, Tumon was flooded with thousands of tourists here for the busy summer travel season. They were forced to hunker down in their hotels as the airport was shut down by midday and all flights were canceled. At the Dusit, a large screen TV monitor was set up in the lobby to update guests on the storm and the airline schedules. Guam Hotel and Restaurant Association President Mary Rhodes.
Every hotel has safety protocols for man-made or natural disasters, and since we follow the condition of readiness, so of course it's just staying out of the waters, not going into the waters because of the high surf advisories, but it's very important to make sure that the streets are cleared. Obviously they're sheltered and placed in some of the more resilient places, and we have our own water and fuel supplies. So the hotels are really, really prepared for this.
For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
And joining us live now from one of the northern shelters is our Nick Delgado. Nick.
Yeah, several people already have been following their way into the shelter here at Ukuru High School in Dededo. We want to show you outside, as many have been trying to see outside themselves. It just, since the wind and the rain has picked up throughout the late afternoon, that's a look outside Ukuru High School, just all the debris that's been being strewn around. But further inside, if you could follow me, what we want to show you is that more than 300 people have made their way, the families making their way inside Ukuru High School. The staff, as well as the police department, has a process in place to make sure that everyone gets checked in and stays here safely while we wait out the storm. But if you could see further here, they have what we've seen at most shelters is families in different slots. So they have their bedding, their food, their supplies, what they need to help them get them through the evening. This is just the cafeteria area, much more residents set up inside the gymnasium. Now, this school, we're told, holds up to 700, could hold up 700 people, but because they only have these two areas, the gym and the cafeteria set up, they're at max, just like many of the Dededo schools we've seen have been at throughout the day. Of course, we will continue to keep you updated on the situation as we hear more about the shelters. But again, what we're hearing from officials that have been involved if you haven't gotten yourself to a shelter, get yourself somewhere indoors, somewhere safely as soon as possible. We'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Nick, reporting live from Dededo. Now from this storm to a political storm brewing with the Democrats. The latest with D18 on the way.
There are more ways to experience Guam via KUAM News, giving you what you want, when you want, and how you want it. From smart devices, Alexa, what's in the news?
Here's your flash briefing.
Over the web, on mobile, on streaming platforms, with immersive, interactive formats, and via social media where it's more than just content, it's conversation. More ways to keep you informed and entertained whenever you want it, wherever you are, on whatever device you're using.
When we face an uncertain path, when we struggle with life's challenges, and when the unexpected happens, it's a beautiful day. We rely on the people we trust, it's a beautiful, who we can always count on. And the ones who give us the most care throughout the years. Rely on Calvo's Select Care to give you the comfort and security you need wherever you are. Calvo's Select Care, healthcare that's always there for you.
I registered to vote because I understand it's important for my voice to be heard, especially concerning issues that will affect me and my island.
So whether you're young
or young at heart,
please register.
Zambota.
Afade, I'm Simon Sanchez. I'm running for the CCU and I approve this message. Let's continue our progress.
Welcome back. The Democratic Party of Guam sent a letter to Senator Frank Uggan Jr. and Attorney Alicia Lim Tiaco urging the two to honor the unity pledge they signed before the primary election. In the letter signed by the party's Central Executive Committee, the party says some Uggan Lim Tiaco supporters have already given support to the presumptive Democratic gubernatorial primary winners Lou Leon Guerrero and Josh Tenorio. The Uggan Lim Tiaco team has hinted that it is not ruling out a write-in campaign for the general election. The team has told KUAM News it would be reaching a decision on whether or not it would run that campaign today. In other election news, the Guam Election Commission has postponed its board meeting, which was scheduled for today, until Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. The GEC was slated to certify primary election results today. Stay tuned. Sports is coming up next.
Hungry drivers, are you spending more time on the road? Shell has teamed up with Wendy's so you can buy fuel and eat free. Just fuel up 7 gallons at any Shell station and get a coupon for a Wendy's cheeseburger or chicken nuggets. Or use 2 coupons to redeem a Wendy's cheeseburger meal with fries and a drink. Fuel up at Shell today because this deal won't last long. Quality service, fuel and food from Shell and Wendy's.
How easy is it to earn reward points using the Alpha Plus app? Here, let me show you. Simply register with the all-new Alpha Plus app. and earn reward points while making purchases at your favorite stores you already shop at. Just present the app to any authorized representative to earn your points. Now that was easy. Alpha Plus, make every day a plus.
Check the Connect, Guam's new online source to find local pros and services when you need it the most. Search for services by using keywords or browse through categories and start checking things off your to-do list. Explore listings and find verified professionals on the island for your everyday needs from home to auto, special occasions, and so much more. Create a customer account to rate and save your favorite listings. Get connected today. Visit theconnectguam.com now.
It's Cheesy Bites pizza season at Pizza Hut. Your favorite pull, dip, pop icon is back. The one and only Cheesy Bites pizza with 28 poppable, dippable, cheese-filled bites. But hurry, it won't last long because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. We'll take a look at your NFL highlights and scores of the day. But first off, some girls' high school volleyball and Shirley's Basketball League highlights for you. Check it out. The Ukadu Bulldogs hosted the Notre Dame Royals in girls' high school volleyball Friday night. ND undefeated at 7-0 heading into the matchup. Ostia Mendiola gave the Royals a 7-3 lead in the first set after recording a kill. Mendiola added to her team's lead, putting down a pair of aces. Royals go up 10-3. The visiting team led 17-5 and breezed through the first set for the 25-11 win. Ukadu regrouped and found their groove with Talia Uggan finding an open spot in the defense for the kill. 5-0 Bulldogs in the second set after several lead changes. 5 ties and a bad serve by the Royals. Ukadu regained the lead 18-17. Carly Kanata gave Notre Dame a 22-20 lead with back-to-back aces. A few miscues late in the set by Andy helped Ukadu pull away with the second set win, 25-23. After switching sides for the third set, Royals jumped ahead early, 9-3. Carly Kanata contributed at the server line with a pair of aces, while ND scored 12 straight points. The Royals stayed perfect on the season with the 25-11 third set win. Shirley's basketball highlights from the Tamuning Gym, Ambrose and DFS. Robert with the assist from Calvin through the lane for 2 of his 8 points. DFS swinging the ball around to Jeff Turla, who was wide open in the corner. Game high 17 points for Turla. Layup attempt by Duty Free, no good. Brandon with the rebound starts making his way down court. Pass to Cisco, who gets by the defender for the easy score. 11 points in the game for Cisco. DFS with the quick inbound catches the defense sleeping. Ed goes up for the shot off the backboard. Ambrose get the win 66-52. The Matau Guam men's national team finished with a 1-1-1 record in the recently concluded EAFF E1 Football Championship preliminary competition round 1 played in Mongolia. The training camp and EAFF tournament was a step in the right direction after not playing competitively for over 18 months, said Carl Dodd, Matau head coach. The highlight of this trip was the debut of Devin Minjola, Ryan Kittigwa, Isaiah Lagutang, and 16-year-old Kyle Halihali. Dodd added, Sean Nicola, Matau captain in the tournament, says we are a new group with a great balance of experienced players on the team, all helping to lead the team in the right direction. Now for your NFL highlights, the Patriots at home against the Texans, 3rd and 12. Tom Brady going to Rob Gronkowski, left corner of the end zone for the touchdown. Gronk with 7 receptions for 123 yards with this TD grab. Brady finished the game 26 of 39, 277 yards and 3 touchdowns. Brady hit running back James White out of the backfield for the 12-yard reception. Patriots go up 14-3. Alfred Blue goes in from a yard out for his first touchdown of the season. Blue carried the ball 5 times for 36 yards. Patriots get the W 27-20. Deshaun Watson, 176 yards passing with a touchdown. He also ran for 40 yards on 8 attempts. Bruce Ellington pulls down the 5-yard touchdown reception here in the loss for the Texans. All right, let's take a look now at your scoreboard. The Steelers and Browns played to a 21-21 tie in overtime. Bengals beat the Colts. The Titans lose a close one to the Dolphins, 27-20. The Vikings beat the 49ers. Patriots in the game we showed you, 27-20 winners over the Texans. And the Buccaneers beat the Saints, 48-40. The Jags got the win over the Giants. Ravens, way too much for the Bills, 47-3. Chiefs beat the Chargers. Broncos get by the Seahawks, 27-24. The Redskins, 24-6 winners over the Cardinals. And the Panthers double up on the Cowboys, 16-8. Well, that's going to do it for sports. We're back right after this.
Attention drivers, we have a shipload of vehicles on the way and need to make room. Buy now during Triple J's shipload sale. Take advantage of our best pricing on all Hondas, Acuras, Fords, Mazdas, Lincolns, Volvos, Kias, and used cars. New cars as low as $137 per paycheck and used cars as low as $86 per paycheck during Triple J's shipload sale. See PDN and post print ads for details or visit us online at triplejguam.com and get pre-approved instantly. Trade-ins welcome, some conditions apply. Triple J Auto Group, customers first.
It's tough to top an original, so we added to the sides instead. It's the cheesy gordita crunch you know and love, now completely new. The limited edition double cheesy gordita crunch box, only at Taco Bell.
GU Self-Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's, offers fully covered loading and unloading area with individual pin-coded gate and door access. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information.
The Down Syndrome Association of Guam exists to support families of individuals with Down syndrome. We're a group of parents who have children with Down syndrome and know the joys and challenges of raising them. For more information about the health, development, and education of a child or adult with Down syndrome, please contact Vicky Areola at 472-6114.
Every time I travel, there's something from home that I can't leave without. I take my Docomo Pacific Data to Go to share my stories in Taiwan, check subway routes in Tokyo, be my food guide in Hong Kong, meet new friends in the Philippines, make updates in the States, find my way around Korea, and check out all the cool shows in Singapore. It's the data I have in all the places I love for only $10 a day. Data to Go from Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Welcome back to Prime Time. Here's your latest round of birthday shout-outs.
All right, everybody, the unfortunate weather today can't take any of the sunshine away from today's Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club inductees. They are led off by Nanette Fergiger. May all your wishes and dreams come true today and always. We love you from the Taimanglo family. Happy birthday to Julieta Kineni. Wishing my mom a very blessed happy birthday on this typhoon day. We love you from your husband Tony and sons Kyle, Tony Ryan, and DeMarco. Stay safe and dry. We've also got happy birthday wishes going out to Nehal Kodiampakal. Happy 8th birthday from your family. Also, happy 86th birthday to Grandma Chai. This is Rosa Cabrera. Happy birthday from your beloved family. Happy birthday number 22 to Earl Christian Ramos. Wishing you good health and wisdom. God bless. Hope many more birthdays are to come from your loving father. Happy birthday to Tevin Joe Bernardo. Happy birthday, my Bubba. May God bless you and always my sunshine. Love your mommy, your sisters, brother, and Mimi. And last but certainly not least, Michaela Penaflor and her stepdad, Scotty Eclavea, both celebrate the birthday today. Be safe, everybody, and happy birthday.
And that is our show. Up next, a new episode of Cocktails and Convos. Good night and be safe.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E.